Hello, hello, and welcome to the Crafty Maven Getaway for Free Flow Wednesday. So for today, I have a fun little layout for you. I'm going to use this cut file, which is actually the negative part of a cut file from Paper Issues. And I'm going to create a layout that is mostly black and white with a few pops of color. All of the products I'm going to be using are, for the most part, from a new collection by Webster's Pages called A New Day, but there's a little bit of fancy free from Pink Paisley thrown in there, and I think there's even a frame from Pink Fresh. But for the most part, most of these products are from, all these black and white papers are from that new Webster's Pages collection. So what I want to do is I want the heart to be a large element on my page, and so I took that paper that says love and I cut it in half, and then my heart is going to actually be split in two. So half of it's going to have the love, 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 and the other one's going to have these really fun black and white polka dots. So when I was conceiving this page and thinking about it, I really wanted to stitch around the heart. That was my initial plan. Unfortunately, due to time constraints, I got here and I did not have time to stitch it. So I still wanted to add that idea of texture and interest to the heart. I wanted to outline it in some way, and I wanted something that was a little bit different. Originally I wanted stitching, but I didn't have time for that. So what I decided to do was I took my black and white twine, and I often do this technique with the tails from tags on my pages. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to take some Scotch tacky glue. I'm going to draw like little swirls around the edge of this heart. And then I'm going to go around with my black and white twine, and I'm going to just push the twine down into the Scotch tacky glue and go ahead and create this lovely swirly detail around the outside of my heart. And I've never done this before, but I've done it with tags, but I've never done it like this before, and I love how it turned out. I think it turned out whimsical and fun and eye-catching, and it provided that little bit of handmade kind of textural thing that stitching provides to a page. I think it provided that maybe even a little bit more because of the fact that I did add the swirls and everything in it. So this is a really easy way to add a little bit of something different to your layouts, is to outline a shape with some twine. This took a lot of twine, but as you can see, I have a huge roll of it there, so it was no problem. So now I have that all down around my heart, and I love the sketchy look to it. I love how it brings an outline to the heart. It really did exactly what I wanted it to do. And now I'm going to go ahead and work with my photo. This photo is of my husband and I. It was just taken last month. So this is pretty much what we look like now. And excuse me, I've been fighting with bronchitis for like 2 weeks, and so if my voice sounds a little scratchy or off, that's why. But it's getting significantly better. I just have to kind of clear my throat every now and then. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to create layers. I wanted to create lots of layers and lots of clusters on this page and on my photo. So I'm going to go ahead and use some vellum, and then I'm also going to use this tissue paper. This is the tissue paper that comes in the Felicity Jane kits. If you're familiar with those kits, they come wrapped in this gorgeous polka dot tissue paper. So I have lots of it because I've been subscribing to them for, well over a year anyway. Almost 2 years in July. So definitely, I've tons of this tissue paper. So this page is, this 6x6 sheet of paper is from Paige Evans' Fancy Free collection. And I'm not going to cut it down at all. I'm actually going to use it as kind of like the base or the break. And I'm going to place it just like you see there. And then I'm going to create all of my clusters and everything around that 6x6 pad. So it's almost like I created a 12x12 layout with the twine and the heart. And now I'm going to create almost like another mini layout to lay on top of it. I decided I wanted more dimension on my page, so I added some fun foam to the back of my photo, and I'm just going to rough up the edges and wrinkle them up And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these stickers. So I want this layout to be black and white and then one more color. And I chose this peachy pinky color to be my pop-up color. So I'm going through the sticker sheet from Webster's Pages and I'm pulling out just the things that are peachy pink and black and white. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put them where they necessarily are going to be for this layout. I'm going to just set them there, but they're not stuck down. This is that little frame I was talking about from Pink First Studio that has a little touch of gold and that light peachy pink color. And I'm going to use one of these punches from my stash that creates this little like scallop flower. And I'm just going to create a little bit of layers. And what I'm doing is I'm just sticking stuff down between the layers. So I have 2 layers of vellum, 2 layers of tissue paper, and I want my embellishments to be kind of woven in and out of that tissue paper and that vellum. So that's how I'm creating these layouts. So all those stickers that you see off to the right, they are not stuck there. They're kind of just tacked there ever so slightly, just a little bit. And you'll see here when I go over to that part of my layout how I'm going to cluster them up. So right now I'm just working on this top cluster up on the left, just slipping things in between all of the different layers. So now I took these hearts. These are die cut hearts that I had cut just from white cardstock, and they were in my stash. Oh, excuse me. Apparently the ambulance needs to come through. And I'm going to spray them with some Peachy Keen colorings, and then I'm gonna wick away most of that with some paper towel because I don't want them quite that bright or that dark. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just add them to my clusters. So just gonna find a little spot for the sticker. And then I'm going to work on these. Now, as you can see here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up these stickers and I'm just going to layer them up together. I'm going to make sure that they're touching. I'm going to give them more of a clustery look, layer them up with each other, those kinds of things. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add pop dots and foam pop dots behind the places where we need some lift up to make it match the height. Some pieces are getting 2 pop dots and some are getting 1, which creates more layers, more dimension, more depth. And that was what I wanted to play with. I really wanted to play with layers and the vellum and the tissue paper and having things kind of, embellishments kind of poking in and out of all the different layers that I had created there. And I love this peachy pink color. I think it's a really nice, it sets off my photo well. I think it looks great with the black and white, and I think it's like the perfect color to kind of complement my page. And I love that heart because it provides some interest on my background without being super heavy, so that your eye really can take in all the different layers and all the different patterns and things that I have in these clusters. So I'm almost finished here. The last little bits are going to be these those little hearts that I colored with the colorings, and then I'm going to pretty much call this layout done. The last little thing I am going to add to it is this is some splatters. I went ahead and just covered my photo with that black and white polka dot paper because where I did end up splattering onto that black and white paper, I knew it would still look good, and then I would have this scrap that's already splattered, and maybe that could be a really nice addition to another layout for another day. So while I was splattering, I figured I would just splatter everything. So that will complete this layout for today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Be sure to like and subscribe and check out the Crafty Maven every day for inspiration. Have a wonderful day. Bye!